Okay, let me start up. Alright, are you ready, friend?
I am ready, boy.
How ready are you?
I'm about 98%. Just hold on. Okay, there we go. All right.
What's going on, guys? My name is Steve from The Checkpoint, the only gaming channel that survived Snowmageddon 2015, and today I'm joined by...
Not me.
not Kieran.
Bye, guys. Thanks for watching,
He's
and we'll
gone.
talk to you again soon.
He's finally left us, guys.
Oh God.
No, but today Kieran is here,
I am.
unfortunately, and we're here to do the 1,000 subscriber Q&A. So I think we should say something about 1,000 subscribers before we get into the main.
Yeah. We haven't properly said thank you, so thank you guys very, very much for all the support you've given us, and for you 1,000 sexy beasts for clicking that subscribe button. It really means a lot to us that you like our content and that you've liked our videos enough to press that subscribe button. So it definitely means a lot, and we can't thank you enough.
That was beautiful, Kieran.
Thank you. Yeah.
That was amazing. That was amazing. All right, so yeah, as I've already stated, we are doing a Q&A. We have around 8 questions lined up, I believe 8 or 7,
Yeah.
and we're just going to dive straight into it. So there'll be pictures of the questions on the screen in case you can't understand my voice or whatever. But you know, I'll put some screenshots up. So the first one, well, the first 3 are going to be from Classy FN. And so the first one is going to be, if there was one thing you could change in the past, what would it be? I said that in a retarded way.
And that's what Classy FN said in a retarded way, not Steve. You may think that Steve did say that in a retarded way, but you know, you can interpret that how you want. But anyway, for me, I'd probably say that I would be less shy when I was younger. When I was like 11 to about the age of 14, I was like the shyest kid. I just used to like sit at the back of the class listening to Skrillex, and that was
Oh
that.
God.
But then something like a switch flipped or something, and I suddenly became quite popular. So I was never like the popular kid. I was just that kind of that just average kid who's friends with quite a few people, and I'd like being that way. But if I
Sits
could change
inside and
one,
plays RuneScape all day.
yeah, shut up, and gets my head stuck in a bin and Falador. But anyway, yeah, if I could change that, I would have just been less shy, not like overconfident and like really like that, just sort of putting my face down someone's throat, but like just kind of being a bit more confident when I was younger, so I could live a happier. Well, I was happy, but you know what I mean. But yeah.
In terms of myself, I'd say get outside more, I guess. Because I used to have lovely skin and like quite a nice complexion, and now I'm all dried up and weird, and I don't like it. Plus, be more active. Stop sitting inside playing games all day, because it's left me feeling a bit worried about the outside world, if you know what I mean. It's like It feels so big and scary, and I don't like that.
Graphics are good though of the outside as well.
It's not even in 1080p. Also, my eyesight is awful, so being on a computer all day didn't help that. But aside from that, yeah, just try to be a bit more active and stuff, and that'd really aid me.
Basically, what Steve is saying is that he wants to get tan, so just go some fake tan from the nearest shop, and that will top up your ombre solaire and.
Ombre solaire.
Anyway, the next question is again, we have 3 from Classy FN because he is a ballsy bastard, and he said, "How long have you known each other for, and what is your funniest memory?" Steve, what's your fun? Okay, well, first of all, how long have we known each other? We've known each other since May 2013.
That was May. That was very accurate. I was going to say a year. Like, was it? I think it was 2013. Yeah, it was 2013.
So just about over a year and a half. I'd say about 20 months. I'd say whatever.
20 months.
We're saying that as if that's the age of
13 minutes, 2 seconds, and counting.
Yeah, just over 18 months. That's how long.
Oh God. Yeah, I really do need to get out more.
You do.
Spending time on the internet with this weird kid from London who plays RuneScape all the time.
Check out my RuneScape video, guys. Anyway, the funniest memory for me is... Okay, here's a story. Story time with Kieran, confirmed. We were at school, and the story about my school, it's some massive school, and it used to be 2 separate schools. But they kind of joined together the schools like 20 years ago with some massive link. It's like some massive glass corridor that now joins the 2 schools. And there's like some gardens in between the schools, like some big open gardens of trees and fields and things like that. So we usually kind of hanged out there for lunch. So we were just hanging about. I was like 15, we were just hanging about in the gardens, just talking about whatever 15-year-olds talk about. We were just chatting away, eating our sandwiches, and then we heard this thud. And we looked over, and we just saw a squirrel that had fallen out of this massive, probably about 80-foot tall tree. It had just fallen out. It stayed still for about a second, and just scuttled back out the tree. And we looked at each other for about 2 seconds. Then literally about 20 of us just burst out laughing, and we were laughing for about, it was about 20 minutes. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment. I'm surprised David Attenborough wasn't commentating that one. But yeah, that's my funniest memory. It was just hilarious. I found it hilarious.
I'm struggling here, but I think there was this one time, me and my friend, I was going around to his house for the night, and his dad needed to pick something up from the shops. I'm not sure if I've told you this story before, Kieran, but basically we were left in the car, and we noticed this small child across the street. He looked a bit like the Milky Bar kid, and he was kind of staring at us and just grinning. And so obviously we were a bit weirded out. I can't remember how old we were for this, but he was younger than us. And so we noticed him. We were like, okay, that's a bit strange. Carried on with our conversation, and then we looked back, and he was gone.
Oh.
And so we were creeped out. And then he appeared at the car window and started banging on the window, and he kept shouting for someone. He was like, "Where's Brian? Where's Brian?" I'm like, "We don't know who Brian is. We don't know who Brian is. Take our money and leave us alone." And he wouldn't leave for a while, and the dad ran out with his jug of milk, like he just got from the shops, and he ran out. He was like, "What the hell's going on?" And the kid just scuttled off away into the darkness. And since then, we've never known who Brian was.
Oh God.
He was about like 6 or something. It was ridiculous.
Some state that Brian is still out there to this day.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
But yeah, that was probably my funniest memory. Just the fact this small Milky Bar kid just tried to steal our car. It was quite amazing.
You could just use the word blonde, but you know.
Yeah, he really did look like a Milky Bar kid.
On a swing.
Yeah, he was in the cowboy outfit or whatever the hell it is.
Nice.
Also, the next question from Classy FN, the final one, is why did you both start up the channel? I think.
Well.
Yeah, I think you should explain.
Basically, when Steve and I first quote unquote met, we were looking for a friend of ours was holding like this semi-competitive YouTube Call of Duty Black Ops 2 tournament.
This is the nerdiest meeting of all time.
It was, yeah. This is like, I don't know, it was just bad. Anyway, the tournament itself was really fun, and obviously we acquired about 6 or 7 players, and we competed through that tournament. We did all right. We came like in the middle of the pack, I think, or maybe slightly towards the bottom. But it was a ton of fun, and kind of midway through the tournament, we were kind of thinking that we should make a YouTube channel as a team. So we did that, and that channel was called PDG. And then some shenanigans happened, and that channel ended up getting not removed, but just wiped.
It's still out there.
It's still out there. So if you find it, then props to you. And it just got its slate wiped clean. So Steve and I were like, wood. And we just chilled for a few months. We just played games and whatever. And then Steve and I decided to restart a channel just with the 2 of us. This was like October 2013 or something like that. We thought the 2 of us would be much better. You could obviously make a channel much more personal, and it was just with like 7 people running a channel, it was just mayhem. It honestly was mayhem. But with the 2 of us, we could make things more organized. And obviously, we uploaded videos for like a month, took a break, and then we decided to restart the channel back in June 2014. And we've been uploading ever since then. So
yeah, a fun bit of trivia about the Checkpoint specifically is that it was originally supposed to be a podcast kind of thing. I on my personal channel was going to run a podcast called The Checkpoint, but it kind of turned into a channel. I can't really remember when abouts it did, but I remember Kieran messaging me. He was like, "Hey, do you want to start this back up again?" I was like, "Yeah. Okay, I've got nothing better to do." So we did, and here we are.
Here we are in all our fame and glory. That's awesome. Anyway, the next question comes from the man himself, Tyrell, aka the Exclusive Ace, and he says, "Any big plans this year for the channel?" Steve, any big plans?
I think something we definitely need to start getting more into is live streams.
Yeah.
We've got the Twitch channel set up and stuff, and I'd really like to introduce like new games and new content to that stream, because I think the interaction you get with, like, I guess your fans and the viewers is like a lot more personal on Twitch than it is
Oh
on
yeah,
YouTube because
because
you can reply to a YouTube comment at any time,
yeah,
but with Twitch it's happening right there and then. So it's good to have that interaction. Also not interact, introduce more content to the channel, like varying types of games. Maybe introduce some indie games, some things you haven't seen before, some new games that nobody will have covered specifically, I guess. And just just keep going as we are. And what about you, Kieran?
Well, on Twitch TV, RuneScape is the place to be. RuneScape obviously is successful on YouTube because it's a huge game, so obviously videos do quite well, and obviously this channel is largely based on RuneScape. But Twitch streams of RuneScape do very well, and I think I've done a couple. I did a couple a few months ago. I really enjoyed them, and I think we just hit 12 followers on Twitch, so thank you very much for that. So yeah, it's a definite place to be. It does very well on Twitch. It's always it's usually in the top 10. About 50% of the time you find it in the top 5 games. Quite a lot of the time. So it's a big game to stream. And if we can get our channel with the following we already have on YouTube, and also we can make a Twitch following there as well, and we can grow both channels at the same time, which would be very cool. So yeah. I'm going to be looking forward to that. And live streams will happen soon. So yeah.
I also think another important thing we want to do is kind of balance the feedback between all the games, because I know a lot of our fan base derives from RuneScape, and I know a lot of people like to see RuneScape, but I think an important thing is to have something there for everyone. And I think just to push other games as well as RuneScape, because RuneScape is doing really well, but I think like having different games introduced onto the main channel would be really awesome to do. Just be a home for all different types of games and different types of players.
Yeah, I mean, with the Xbox One, we can stream a lot of things as well with the inbuilt feature. And I may potentially be moving house, depending on where I go for university in a few months. I can completely change my setup, and it will enable me to obviously use capture cards more efficiently, which means live streaming will be a hell of a lot easier than it is now. Because at the moment, I can't really stream with a capture card, because obviously my computer and my Xbox are millions of miles away from each other in my house, so it's kind of difficult. But if I move, that could be something that's very possible. But obviously RuneScape streams are something that will always be a potential thing to happen, and probably will happen within the upcoming weeks.
Yep, sure. Alright, so the next question is from Sam Lewis. Okay, and now I'm going to count to 3, and I want us both to answer this question at the same time.
Alright.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Are you gay for each other? 3, 2, 1, yes.
Ask your dad. The next question comes from Rexev Rince, and he says, "How did Kieran and Steve meet?" When I said your dad, I meant Sam Lewis, not Steve. Anyway, Rexev Rince says, "How did Kieran and Steve meet?" We kind of covered that question. We met, of course, when Steve was. I think I applied as a free agent position for this Black Ops 2 YouTube tournament, and the owner, the person who was running it, sort of referred me to some UK teams. One of them was called Steve's team. The other team that I could have.
Steve's team.
Well, yeah, it was called PDG.
There was like Team Dragon team, and there was just Steve's team.
The other team I could have joined was called Team Teabag, which I think came second in the event. Anyway, we won't talk about that. But I'm definitely glad I joined PDG, because that worked out a lot better for me personally. But yeah, we met because we played Call of Duty together with a bunch of maniacs, which is awesome. So, yeah.
Yep. That's pretty much how it all was.
Yeah.
It's not the most amazing of meetings, nor the most coolest, but it's there. And okay, so the final question is from Stuart SSDD, and he says, "You getting your backsides to EGX this year?" I'd like to say that I will be getting my backside there. I'm not sure about the rest of my body, but I'm sure they'll catch up eventually. Kieran?
It's being held in Birmingham this year. If you don't know what EGX is, Eurogamer Expo. It used to be held in Earl's Court, London, every year. I went in 2014. It's held every September. I went, met loads of people, met Syndicate, I met Vicstar, I met loads of people. I in fact met Stuart, who asked that question. I met Palmer, who we won't even talk about, and I met a lot of people from the community. I met a lot of people from the community as well, which is very awesome to see. It's being held in Birmingham this year. I'll still be going, however. Birmingham's just like a train ride for me, and I'm sure it is for Steve as well. I'm definitely going. I think Steve is most probably going.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to that a lot.
What day is it on this year? Do you remember off the top of your head?
It's usually late September, so.
Okay, well, it also depends on whereabouts we are, because,
Oh yeah.
we are both, like, about to move on to universities and stuff like that.
But
So it's,
I'll still go wherever I live. It's just a train that I need to get.
yeah, it's still a viable option, but it's just, like, busy stuff.
Yeah, but it's most likely going to happen. But obviously, university may take priority because that coincides with like the week we start uni. But EGX for me is like 95% yes, and for Steve, don't know what percentage is. Steve, what's your percentage?
Oh god, like 0.3.
Okay, so Steve will. But yeah, if we do go, which is very probable, it's going to be awesome. There'll be vlogs, there'll be drinking, there'll be games.
Yep.
There'll be a lot of fun. I also thought that was the last question, but it turns out it's a comment we put on our own video, which.
All right, so the checkpoint asks,
the checkpoint.
why are you guys so handsome?
Well, the checkpoint is because Steve is topping up his tan with things he would change in the past.
Oh god.
To stay outside. So yeah.
All right, so I believe that's it. We are not done with the 1,000 subscriber celebrations yet.
Oh no, prepare. This is just a little taste test.
Oh god. Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
You're gonna be singing our praises.
Oh no. If you guys are good at riddles, you will know we have 2 very, very special videos that are coming soon.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be it's gonna be interesting to say the least. So yeah.
But that's our 1,000 subscriber Q&A. Thanks again for 1,000 subscribers. That is a pretty big amount.
Yeah, it's a lot of bacon. It's a lot of people. It's
a lot
good.
of bacon.
Bacon.
Heard it here first. But yeah, that's all we've got time for. If you like the video, then like it, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. And yeah, Kieran, do you want to say anything else? You got any?
Thank you very much for watching as always, and I'll see you in my next RuneScape video. Hey. Yeah.
Also watch our other videos, please.
Yeah, do that as well.
Please do.
Thanks.
Bye.